name is Mew Fan. Happy Monday, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I have the pleasure of talking to Latara Dragoo today. And who she is the CEO of Ideal Marketing Solutions, Inc. She helps you brand like a billion-dollar company. And she knows a lot about branding. Before she became her own business, she worked for 18 years at Dream Homes magazine. She was a photographer, artist, then became an editor, and then an assistant publisher. Welcome, Latara.
Thank you so much for having me today. I'm so happy to be here.
Yes, and so Latara is going to be talking at the Thrive in Business and Prosper in Life Summit from October 16th to the 22nd. And her title is about creating a strong online presence by having a voice. And she'll be appearing on the first day, October 16th at 10 a.m. PST time, which is 1 p.m. EST time. So welcome, Latara. Why do you think this talk is so important to you?
Well, as I have gotten to know a lot of people through my business, I've noticed a trend, and that is people are hesitant / fearful of getting their business online because a lot of it has to do with the tech. And so that holds them back. Perfectionism holds them back. Procrastination holds them back. There's just so many things that keep people from getting their business online. And I think that in this particular time that we're in right now, it's crucial that you get your business online, that you're seen, that you get out there, because we're transitioning to online. I mean, people are on Facebook more than ever. Social media is taking off like crazy right now. So the way to attract your ideal clients is to have a strong online presence.
Yeah, and so you've been in branding for 22 years now.
Yes.
And so you must have seen the trend of more online presence. And so if people who are into the old world of just networking in person, how does that really affect their business overall if they're not online?
Okay, so COVID is the perfect example of how transitioning to an online world really shook things up. I mean, a lot of businesses went under because they weren't able to pivot and make that transition. Look at where we are right now. We're on a Zoom meeting. We're going live on Facebook. This is the perfect example of being visible, not only because we're on a visual platform, but because we're going live on video. And that's taking off right now. All of the social media platforms are boosting this type of content, and it's a very consumable form of content. People that are not able to make this transition to getting online, they're going to be suffering the consequences from that inflexibility in their business. And like I said, COVID is the perfect example, because you have to be able to pivot when these types of things happen. I mean, look at all of these huge businesses have gone under, like Macy's. I mean, these companies, Sears, they're like, these are the companies that we thought were the cornerstones of our modern day corporations, and they're going down because they do not have that flexibility. If you're an entrepreneur right now, you actually have an advantage over these huge companies because you can be flexible and because you can use social media to your advantage.
Yeah, I mean, when I was growing up, we were told like there's anchor stores like Macy's, Sears. Well, Sears actually used to have standalone buildings, but those big shopping malls is those big anchor stores like Macy's, or what do you call it? Maybe Walmart would draw people into the shopping center, and that, but not that doesn't work all the time right now. I mean,
Yeah, that era is going away quickly.
I mean, we buy a lot from Amazon because it's so convenient and it's easier to find things.
Mhm, mhm.
I mean, if you go to Macy's, you can't always find stuff that you want. And so how, you mentioned before about, the fear of perfectionism, fear of going online because of tech. What do you recommend people do when they have that fear?
Go for it anyway.
Before anyway.
So let me just give you a little bit of context here. When I was working for Dream Homes,
Mhm,
I knew all of the ins and outs behind the scenes,
mhm.
but I was never a client-facing person. That's something that I learned after I was laid off because of COVID, and I started my own company. And then I realized, hey, now that I'm my own boss, I need to make sales. I need to do presentations. I need to get myself out there. I can't just be sitting behind a desk all day like I used to for 18 years. So that was a very strong transition for me. Just getting my face out, doing live videos like this. It was all very new to me. And I was fearful and I did it anyways.
Oh, so I mean, you were not in the business, but you were employed by a company that didn't really necessarily pivot online very well.
No,
So you were a
no,
victim of
no.
it.
That's one of the other things is that's why I want to help businesses make this transition, because I see what happens firsthand when
Mhm.
people are not flexible enough in their thinking to make that switch.
Wow.
So
And like I just want to address people who are really afraid of tech. I just want to say that no matter, I mean, I'm trained as a software engineer, no matter what background we have come from, we all struggle with, we have to learn new skills when it comes to tech. So even me as a software engineer, I actually had to learn what a funnel was. I had to learn how to build our landing page. It's it's just coming online. I had to learn about Zoom. So, and we're still, I
exactly.
mean, like I told Latara, did you know you could record it? You record the slide. We're always learning. So if you're afraid of tech, know that you're in good company, especially when Mark Zuckerberg, remember a year ago, Latara, when Facebook and Instagram crashed for 8 hours. I mean, everybody
Yes.
has fear of tech and just go for it. So what do you think about, what's your message for people who are just so afraid of being seen? What can you say to them?
Wow, that's a good question. Let me think about that for a second. Okay, so let me try to relate this to branding. When you're
Mhm.
branding yourself, your brand is an extension of you. But
Yes.
if you're not visible, if you're not out there, the people don't even understand what your brand is.
Mm,
Uh, you you are your brand. It's an extension of you. Uh, if you're not willing to get your face out there, people are not going to relate. You're going to
right.
be this generic entity. So that's why right now, as we're moving into this online space, being an actual person with a story and being relatable is crucial to your business, because if people don't identify with you and relate with you, and you can't develop a rapport with them, they're not going to do business with you, because there's billions of other companies out there doing the same thing that you're doing. So that's what you really need to do, is it's creating a connection. And being visible online is almost like having a digital conversation with somebody. It's almost like so the standard model would be to go to a networking event where you're face
Mhm.
to face with people,
Yeah.
right? So now this is what that translation to the digital world is. This is our face-to-face conversation, but it's on Zoom, it's on live, it's on social media. So that's how people need to relate to the technology itself.
Mhm.
And done beats perfect. That's another thing that one of my mentors has always said, and that's another thing you should get, is a mentor. If you are having trouble and you're stuck and you're struggling and make yourself go through that transition, you just hire a mentor, because they'll help you through this. I mean, like for me, I'm kind of working at it from the opposite end. I was always in the technical field. I know the tech aspects of, publishing and marketing and all this stuff. And I've as I transitioned into online, now I'm learning more and more about the online space as well. And I had to learn sales. I had to learn what we're doing right now, being on video. Like being on video, I was terrified. I was terrified of speaking to people. I would just break out into a cold sweat just picking up the phone to talk to people, let alone having my face out there. So it gets easier after you do it a couple of times. You're scared because it's a new thing, and then you do it a couple of times and you're going to do it messy, and you just have to let go of perfectionism and say, okay, I'm just going to do this, right? Because you're not going to get rid of that fear. What you have to do is be brave enough to work through the fear and do it anyway. Or another mentor of mine, Linda Sunshine West, she said, do it because of the fear. And she's my inspiration, because she worked through a different fear every day for a full year. And now she's just out there. She's this entrepreneur that's just blowing up right now with her publishing company. So that's I mean, there's lots of stuff I could say about it, but I mean, if I were to just narrow it down, is if you're afraid of doing it, do it because of the fear, or do it anyway, despite the fear. So
yeah, and there's so many things I want to talk about. We are short in time, so I'm going to talk about the mentorship. What I find really ironic is people want to be paid a lot of money, yet they're not willing to invest themselves, which is, I find that really kind of like, how could people spend money on an entrepreneur when that entrepreneur is not going to invest in themselves? That's really ironic to me.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no. You were just what? Sorry.
Oh, I was just watching Grant Cardone's 10X Summit the other day, and he was saying this exact same thing, that you need to brand yourself. You need to invest in your own company, and you have to invest in your marketing. And it is an investment. It's not an expense. You know what I mean? Because it's going to come back to you as much as you put out there.
Yeah, very true. And then another thing that you mentioned before was relatability. Can you say about that?
Okay, so one of the reasons why branding yourself works is because people get an idea of what you're about. And if they don't connect with that, they're not going to be your customer. And when you connect with people, you might actually turn off some people, but those people that you turn off are not your customers. You're going to find your tribe. And that's the way you should be thinking about your marketing efforts and your sales and your branding efforts. Is you are reaching out into the world and you're finding your people.
Right.
And that's really what marketing is. Another mentor of mine said, selling is a service. Yeah. So figure out how you can serve people. And if you can help them, then you're going to be blessed in return. So
that's awesome. I like that. Selling is
you have to make sure that you're thinking about the other person.
Time is almost up. So I just want to let everyone know that Latara is going to be speaking among a lot of heavy hitters there. She's going to be talking with on the same stage with people from the leadership team, from Tony Robbins, Les Brown, John Maxwell, the late Larry King, Warner Brothers. There's people whose work has been forwarded by Oprah, endorsed by the late Mrs. Mandela. And well, thank you. I can't wait for your talk. 22 years of marketing experience, branding experience, amazing. So Latara is going to be talking the Thrive in Business and Prosper in Life Summit from October 16 to the 22nd. Her talk is going to be at 10 a.m. PST time, which is 1 p.m. EST, and it's creating a strong online presence by having a voice. Thank you so much for your time, Latara.
Thank you so much for having me here today, Mew. I am really excited about this event, and I hope everybody gets to attend. It is free, by the way.
You do.
So
Thank
why
you.
not pick up
Right.
some tips and tricks to help yourself in your business and in your life.
All right, listen to Latara. Come and join us.
Thank you.
Goodbye.